This dashboard is mind-blowing. I have developed this dashboard for one of the organizations that I've worked with to control, monitor, and report schedules at different levels. What I mean by different levels, as you can see on this part, this dashboard has 5 tabs. So the schedule can be tracked at portfolio, project, and milestone levels. And aside from these 3 tabs, there is also the extra details about the schedule at pipeline and also another tab for what I call library. I will discuss each of these tabs along with the functionalities and the interactiveness of this dashboard, but mind you, with this dashboard, I've only used fictitious projects. You can see here only 4 of them, but in the actual organizations that's been utilizing this, there are about 80 projects in it. So yeah, there's a lot that you can do with this dashboard, and it can contain a lot of data and details about the project, again, at different levels: portfolio, project, and milestone. And also, I understand that different organizations have different requirements in terms of, reporting and control of the schedule. But what I'm trying to get here is, the capability of what MLR can do in terms of schedule control and reporting. And here, if you can spare me some of your time, I will show you how amazing this dashboard is. Okay, so with those said, let's formally explore this dashboard. And by the way, this dashboard can be accessed from the link provided in the details below. So yes, you can personally get your head around and work on the dashboard yourself. And by that, you'd be able to judge for yourself how amazing this dashboard is. So let me begin by looking at the project level of the schedule. Here at project level, as you can see, basically the status of the schedules at project level. So you can see the count here. There are 4 projects in this dashboard, and these are those 4 projects. So at project level, you can see, say, the information about the project ID, project name, the tiering of that project, the current phase, whether it's concept, phase, delivery readiness, or delivery, the updating of that schedule for that month, whether it has been completed or not, the reporting status, whether the schedule is actively being reported or not, or practically on hold for the time being for whatever reason. And then there's also the baseline status and information about the next gate. And here in the next gate, the color here has significance. So it follows, the RUG rating, green, red, amber. So this project, for instance, the first one, it has a green rating for its next gate, whereas the third project here, it has a not so good of a rating with a red one, and this project goes for the next gate of gate 3. Like what I mentioned in my introduction, in the actual projects that this dashboard is being utilized, it has around 80 projects, but again, I have to create fictitious one for confidentiality of data. So with that, I only showing a couple of projects here for fictitious information. Now, moving on to here, the comments. Aside from the information about the project taken from the say P6 extract, there is also the subjectivity here in terms of providing the commentary, whatever the project team or the project manager or project director wants to put into here as an additional information about the project. Here you can see it here about some status, about the here the baseline, and here about the funding. So whatever the project team wants to include in the information about the project, it can be added here. Now this information pertains to a report period as of October 2023. Now, now this dashboard can also accommodate a lot of data in terms of the months. What I mean by that, if I go say to May, you get the status of that project around the time, May 2023. And as you go to the next month, June, you'll get here. You see now the first project is gate 1, and then I'm just going to jump to November here. Now that project goes to gate 2, and there's only one project in November, so I'm just going to go for October. So yeah, the October one has a complete set of the 4 projects. Now, that's the detail about the project. Now, what the information here, the column means, you can get help here in terms of, the sort of legend. So it's still loading up. Yep. So those are the information about the legend basically pertaining to this particular area of the dashboard. So you can see here, for instance, here we haven't touched on this yet, but this is filter tabs for an interactive display of items on the table. I will show you its functionality later on. I'm just gonna randomly pick a legend here. Say this one here is pertains to project level comment. So with that, you can go through here. Again, this dashboard is available for you to explore. So I'm just gonna click on here, close it up. And if you want to open it up again, there is the display legend here. Okay, now aside from that information, there is also the details about when this dashboard was last refreshed. So there's a date there and also the time. So you're looking at the project level dashboard like indicated here. Now, so we haven't explored this area yet, but mind you, this is a big one. It's there's a lot of information and sort of interactiveness that you can get out from this single tab. Okay, let me start doing that now. So here you can filter for a project director. Say a project director has multiple projects, so you can, he can filter for those projects under his name. So right now, I placed PD, something like that, not a real name. Just again, this is just a sample dashboard. So if I click on that filter, so it's just gonna show the project under that director. Again, another one like that. So this project belongs to a project director, say number 3. And so you can filter the project that is displayed here by project director. You can also do that by the senior project manager, or the project control. So when I say project control, it could be the planner for that project. So yeah, so this filter is for the key people or key management personnel working on this project. Now look at this one. There's also the filter for location. So I'm gonna go through that, and yes, you can filter the projects displayed on the table here by the location. Say I want to filter for projects in Central Coast region. I just click on it, and there, that's the project for the Central Coast. Now I can also filter for the Hunter region, and in Hunter region there are there are two projects. And by the way, notice here when I click on a filter here, you can see the applied filter here, and which is the region. And notice the color here changes to red. Okay, I'm gonna unfilter this one. And you see it's clear, but when I filter, it's red because this one means that there's a filter applied. So you can click here to clear the filter. That's it. The filter is cleared. So you don't have to find. The reason for that is that you don't have to find, the filters that you have applied for the table. What I mean by that, if I go here, filter for this one, and then here I'm gonna click on, yeah, there's only one, but yeah, just for the um, sake of demonstrating it, I'm gonna filter for another one. So there's a multiple filter here, so I don't have to find, okay, which filter do I need to go to clear this off. So I just don't want to, I don't need to go to people or location, etc. I just simply click this clear filter and the filter goes away. So see, that's one of the functionalities of this dashboard and being interactive in that regard. Now, again, I'm just gonna go through this, say, sub-tabs for the filters. So we've covered people, we've covered location. I'm gonna go to project. Here you can filter for projects by tiering, project ID, and project name. So you can say type here something like Hunter, and it will show you the project that starts with that first letters that you have typed in there. So yeah, you can filter by, again, people, location. Now we are exploring the filter by project. Again, another one here for the gate. Yes, you can filter by gate as well. So what are the projects that are supposed to be going for next gate 2? There are two projects there. For gate 5, there's one project here. So, and aside from that, you can filter for the rug rating. Here, I can just filter for the green walls and it will show you there. Again, I'm not gonna touch on each of this functionality because you can have access on this available in the link provided below. Right. Last one is quality. So quality, here you can see also here the quality of the schedule in terms of the status, whether it's active, not ready, etc. And again, similar to the other tabs, just click on this one and then you can see the ones that are approved in terms of the baseline status. Now, this one here, there's a button here to switch on and off the tooltip. So let me just check on this one. So if I see, I'm gonna hover on this one, nothing happens. If I switch this on, look at what happens when I hover over it. You can see the historical information of that schedule way back in time from February until the latest one, November, including the movement of the gate. And here, if I go to the next one, also for that project, you get that information as well. So, but the thing is, and the reason why there's a on and off button here, you don't want to, every time you hover over this item will basically show up, and it might be quite annoying later on if you don't need that information. So, and that's why I understand that. So there's a button here to switch that off. All right, so that's the project level dashboard. All right, let's go now to the finer details of the schedule, which is at milestone level. So the project level, as you can see, similar to the project level dashboard, there is also here the interactiveness in terms of the filter that you can apply for the table here below. But the difference is basically the level of details. The previous one which is in the project tab, you're looking at the project level. Here, you're looking at the milestone level, the activities level, whatever the organization defined as milestone. So here, you're looking at, in this period, you're looking at 194 milestones being tracked. Okay, see here in the table, you have the project ID, the project name, the phase, again, similar to the project, and you have the codes for that milestone. It could be the activity code in P6 transferred here to capture that information, the activity ID of that milestone, so you can get into it in P6. Then the name of the milestone, the status of the milestone, and the different dates. You have the base date, P50 days, P90 dates. And similar to the comments for the project level, you can also put up here the comments at milestone level. So I'm just gonna go back here. Okay, now here for instance, this milestone has a variation or a variance of minus 132 days, and it doesn't have the P50 and P90 days. So because mainly maybe that milestone does not require to be provided with those P50 and P90 dates. I'm just gonna randomly pick one here. For instance, this milestone here, the base plan date is November and the forecast is August. So you are actually ahead, a good one, by 67 days. Now this is again 194 for all the projects. So you're looking at P001. I'm gonna drag here down and you can see you're looking now at a different project which is P.002. So, but here the good thing about this one is again you can filter at project levels. So if I want to just only see the milestones for P.001 project, I'm just gonna click on it and then see the table count here changes to 61, and these are the milestones for that schedule or project, only capturing P.001. And here again, similar to the project level, the clear filter turned red, meaning there's an applied filter, which in this case, the project ID, and you can just clear this one by clicking on it on that clear filter tab, and everything shows up again. So here I'm not gonna dwell too much on this one because this is pretty much the same as the project level, but the difference is you're looking at the milestone level. So there's the people there, there's the location, there's the project, and the difference here is that because we're looking at now at milestone level, you can filter the details in the table by the milestone type, phase, or the milestones themselves. So if I filter for, say, one of the milestones, randomly pick one, say 002, the filter that shows in the table is the project we're in, or the schedule we're in, there's a 002 milestone. There's only one, so I'm just gonna pick other different milestone. Oh, there's only one here also. Uh, Maybe this one. There's only one. Um, okay, let's click on say the gate, one of the gates. Say here, gate. There's one there. Okay, this one. See, so there's the gate tree here. There are three projects wherein uh, they contain gate tree milestone. And if you're asking, oh, what's the meaning of this color here? Why is it clear here? Why is it yellow here? Why is it blue here? So the meaning is basically like in the default color in Primavera. When the activity is completed, it's normally blue bars, and then here the yellow is for the 2 month look ahead. So if the milestone is part of the 2 month look ahead, it will be highlighted by yellow. I will show you those milestones were in, they are supposed to be part of the look ahead in other tabs. So that's the milestone filter here. So I'm gonna go to the see dates here, see there, 2 month look ahead. If I click on that, everything is supposed to be yellow, and that's what you can see here. These are the milestones that's supposed to happen inside 2 months from the report period. If I'm gonna go to completed from previous months, so here all the milestones completed, they are highlighted or filled with blue colors. I'm gonna untick this one, and you can see the milestones. If you want to filter for milestones which have a negative variance, you can do that, and it will show you all those milestones. Yes, it's working. Yeah, so play around. You have access to this dashboard. You can play around with this one. Now here the timeline. Timeline. All right, what's the timeline? All right, I'm gonna check on this timeline. If you want to provide details about the look ahead, not just 2 month look ahead, but any timeline look ahead. Meaning, if I'm this is October 2023, so I'm gonna go to October 2023 right there. Nothing there. If I drag 1 month, that's your 1 month look ahead from October. And if I'm gonna drag further to December, that's your 2 months look ahead from October up to December. Here, you can see here, that's 3 months. I lost count, but yeah, so that could be the 3 months, but you get the idea. So that's moving, looking forward. And aside from that, you can also go back to a period of time. So if I'm gonna go back to August, you can see what the milestones were completed back in time in August. See, these are the August actualized date milestones. So if I go back, I'm just gonna drag it back, drag this one back. Here, nothing added. I'm gonna go 1 more month further back. Yeah, we have here, see the count here. We have 9 items in the table, which are the milestones completed from June to August 2023. Yes, and there's an applied filter, so I can clear this filter. Now, similar to the project tab, there's a legend information here. It's just taking a while, but yeah, it provides you the information what these different, I guess, parts of the dashboard or tab means. So yeah, and you can close this legend by clicking this close button, which I'm going to do that. Now here I'm working on a table, hovering over it, nothing happens. Again, there's the tooltip here that you can enable. When I click on that, hover over it, hover over the table or a particular item on the table, and you can see the historical information of that milestone in terms of the dates. So what that milestone was in September, October, and now November. And then here you can see the dates, the changes or the movement of the dates and the variance. Okay, now that's the milestone level tab. I'm gonna switch this off. Now let me show you the tab wherein you can look at the schedules or projects or programs at portfolio level. Perhaps if you are really have a high position in the organization, you don't want to look at the minute details at milestone. Sorry, apologies. I'm a bit under the weather. You don't want to look at the projects at milestone or project level. You want to look at the projects at portfolio level. Here, it's kind of different, but the same. What I mean by that, you can obviously see that the looks of it is different compared to the project and milestone tabs, but it's similar in a way that there's also the filter here. Click on it and it will show you the different filters. I'm just gonna hide it, and for now you're looking at the tab for checking the projects at portfolio level. So this part here, is just basically looking at the location of the project. So here, for instance, this one, it is for the project office hub 2, latitude, longitude. That's the project information. Again, you can customize this to your need. Instead of using the latitude or longitude, perhaps you can use a more useful information like the address of that project. So yeah, you can do that. So there is that information about the geographic location of the project. Here in this area, you can see the status of the project or schedules, wherein two are active, one is not ready, perhaps the schedule is still being worked on, one is on hold, nothing is finished. So if you want to find out what is that project that is on hold, just hover over it, and then you can see that project is for P.003. Similar to this one, if I go hover on the active, I can see those two active projects. Alright, aside from that, you can see here some sort of a gauge to measure you or measure the planning team or project controls team of how many schedules have been set as active, meaning being reported, against the total of projects were in, including the not ready, because the schedule or the details about the schedule or the project is still being worked on. So, so meaning out of the three total projects that are active and not ready, two of them are active. So yeah, just some again high level metrics about the performance of the team at portfolio level. And here there's information about the next gate, how many projects were in the next gate is gate 1, gate 2, gate 3, and so on. Here you can see there's one project that we're in the next gate is gate 5. What that project is, again, just hover over it and you'll find out the information about that project. Similarly, there's also information about the rating in terms of the RAG metrics. How many projects that are in green, amber, or red. Again, what those projects are, hover over it and you'll find out. Alright, there's also information about completed milestone in the previous month and the number of milestones as part of the 2-month look ahead. And this information you can cross-check in this tab at the milestone. There's a filter available for you to work on that one, and I'll leave you with that to see for yourself. Right? Again, like what I've said, there's also the interactivity or interactiveness in this dashboard, and you don't see the filter here because it's right here. And if I'm gonna randomly click one, hit this one here, you can see that particular project we're in. That project is set as active. Next gate is gate 2. The rag rating um, is green, and this is the location of that project. So yeah, just play around. You have the access to this project. You can explore uh, how these functionalities or the functionalities of this stuff work. All right, moving on now. We've covered the three tabs: project, portfolio, project, and milestone. Now let's go to the last two tabs. So what does this pipeline have? Yes, and we're just gonna go to it now. Pipeline. All right, you can see the same functionalities in terms of the filter, but the contents, instead of a table, you're looking at a chart. Now at high level, you're looking at um, the pipeline dates of this project. Again, when I hover of this one, it's showing the information because I have the tooltip switch on. So I'm gonna switch it off and hover over it. There's nothing there that will, if that annoys you, then you can just basically switch that off. So you can see here the high level sort of Gantt chart for that project at different kind of dates. You have the base, P50, and P90. Now, if the project is just particular to say base date, you can also do that by using the filter available here. It could be in this quality. Yep, in this quality, and you can see the date type here. I'm gonna filter. Alright, and you can see that date type now changes to just showing the high level pipeline or Gantt chart for the base date. Now, I'm not gonna dwell on the different tabs here because we've already covered most of them in the previous discussions. And again, also you can explore it yourself with the available link in the description down below. All right. Lastly, the library tab. Okay, what is this all about? We're about to find out. I'm just gonna click on this library, and here you're looking at the library, wherein it has 434 items in that table. What are we seeing here? So this library is like what do you call this? Like a dictionary for the planning team or project controls team or the project team. Whatever you think of, the abbreviations that or acronyms that you normally encounter dealing with projects and different stakeholders, you can put in here. So this is like that. So you have that functionality here. For instance, if I click on A here, all the acronyms or abbreviations that start with letter A, you can see here. So I'm gonna unclick this one. If I want to particularly look for something here, I can type on, say, construction, environmental, like that. So if I click on that one, you can see the CEMF. So if I'm looking for a particular word or even abbreviation, CEMF, I can just go straight to that one. Or CMP, I can just go straight to typing or searching for that acronym or the meaning of that acronym if I want to. So I wanted this dashboard to be like a Swiss knife for the planning team or the project controls team, that everything has in it, including the glossary or the common acronyms, abbreviations that different people encounter, so that you don't have to look for other resources to find out what's the meaning of this and that. You have that available in this dashboard. So how good is that? Alright, aside from that glossary, you also have here the definition of the milestones. So what are the milestones that we're tracking on this project? So even that kind of detail, so that everyone understood what are the milestones that we're tracking in a schedule or a project. Those information are also in here. So yes, you can just work on the different filters here, um, and explore it yourself and see how wonderful this dashboard is. Again, like what I've said, you may have a different requirement on what to report, on how or how to report, and this basically demonstration just want you to show the kind of product that MLR produces and can produce for you. So if you have any particular one that you think that would be helpful for your project or the project team or whoever you are working with, just feel free to get in touch with us. We have the contact information down below in the description as well, how you can approach us. Let's see, let's start that discussion. Perhaps we can start from there and build on something bigger, like a partnership or whatsoever. And here I'll show you, and you have access to this dashboard, and you can feel how magnificent it is, how this project would perhaps help you. This dashboard is actually being used in one of the organizations that I work for, and this really helped the planning team in the in their day-to-day work, and really especially in the reporting. And if you have a question in mind, like how about updating the contents of this dashboard, it's really easy. It's just basically copying or basically updating the schedule in P6, extracting the data and dumping it into a folder, refreshing the dashboard, and everything, the contents in the dashboard are refreshed. That easy. If you want to find out more, please get in touch with MLR. How to do that? Details are available in the description below. Thank you so much for watching.